What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Dugar, coming at y'all with another live Q&A, yo. Um, interesting, sports week, man. You had LSU Tigers taking on the Auburn Tigers at home, getting a big 23 to 20 win at home, to improve to 8-0 ahead of the big showdown. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Looking forward to that. Philadelphia Eagles get back on track, beat the Buffalo Bills on the road, 31-13. Though we all a little disappointed. Eagles didn't make any moves today. That was a little frustrating, but got a good big game with the Bears this Sunday. Um, Game 6 of the World Series tonight, man. The Houston Astros looking to close it out at home against the Washington Nationals. Um, obviously college football is shaping up, man. Oklahoma gets upset by Kansas State. The NFL starting to shake up as we already halfway point pretty much through the season. NBA done got started, man. So Miami Heat 2-1 without Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler will make his debut tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. So a lot to get into, man. Glad y'all all could join me. Let's see. What's up, boys from D? Appreciate you tuning into the live. What's going on, my brother? What's up, Dwayne Aldridge? Hashtag Bird Game for Life. What's going on, my brother? What's up, Pleasure Wilson? Appreciate you turning on to the live, tuning into the live. Eagles don't suck. Even though I am very upset with them right now. What's up, Sir Nando 27? Appreciate you tuning in. Hope you having a blessed day. How happy are you about your Eagles' new addition to the team? I mean, if you talking about this this 24-year-old pass rusher we got that, granted, got some nice tape out there, but couldn't even crack the Cleveland Browns rotation, a 2-5 team. I mean, I know they got Myles Garrett and Olivier Vernon, but they don't really even use him like that. I mean, I'm not happy, man. I feel like they should have done something today, yo. What's up, Kobe Student 24? Appreciate you tuning in. You think we can still make the playoffs with one loss versus LSU? I'm assuming you're talking about Alabama. And if that's the case, yes, they can. Um, I think with Oklahoma losing to Kansas State, it opened up the door for the Alabama LSU loser, especially if it's a competitive game, to still have a real shot to make the playoffs when the season over. Nobody made moves today. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Nothing but hype. Like everybody just, oh man, AJ Green gonna go, Chris Harris, Darius Slade. Then it even was like Jamal Adams might go, Le'Veon Bell might go. And at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? What? A Talib went to Miami for the Rams to save $4 million, for the Dolphins to get an extra fifth round pick. Talib ain't even gonna play for them this year, man. So yeah, it was a very crazy deadline, man, with absolutely nothing happening. You know. What's up, Conru girl? Appreciate you tuning in. Conru girl in the house. That's what's up. Appreciate you tuning in like always. What's up, Abel Torres? Appreciate you tuning in. A lot of teams didn't make moves. Yeah, it was surprising, man. I ain't gonna lie, I got a little nervous about that Jamal Adams possibly the Dallas trade, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But I mean, nobody did nothing. It was surprising. I mean, I was thinking, well, something gonna pop up probably like a couple of minutes right after the deadline. There'll be sometimes, but apparently, man, a lot of teams wanted, like the Jets wanted a second rounder for Robbie Anderson. Denver wanted a second rounder for Chris Harris. Detroit wanted a first rounder for Darius Slay. And, teams just didn't want to make these moves, to give up their future to get, solid but not really difference making players, like a Jalen Ramsey. What's up, Irish Panther? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, Duke got Keith Talib got traded to the Dolphins. Yeah, basically that was like the Rams wanted to share some salary cap. To get a few extra million to be able to give Jalen Ramsey an extension. And the Miami Dolphins wanted an extra pick, a fifth round pick. Talib not gonna play for the Dolphins, man. He on IR right now. He's scheduled to get off like week 15, and obviously the Dolphins ain't gonna throw him out there for 3 games, And Talib, no, yeah, Talib ain't gonna want to go out there anyway. Talib gonna. I don't remember if he's in his last year of his deal or not. But even if not, like if he plays next year, he is getting a little older. If Talib plays next year, it's gonna be for a team that's not the Miami Dolphins. Um, what's up, GA City Blue Devil? Appreciate you tuning in. Salute to you too, Mr. Dugai. Greatly appreciate it, man. Salute to you and everybody else out there also, yo. What's up, Greg CTC? Appreciate you tuning into the live. We released Ken Crowley for y'all. Nah, man, I'm straight. Like I did see that, but like Ken Crowley, nah, man, we good. I'm good. Much respect though. We can have Deshaun Jackson for Byron Jones. Can we have Deshaun? Nah, I mean. Nah. I mean, Byron Jones is a solid player. He's a good player, good corner. Solid, a whole lot of speed. Capable of playing safe there as well. And I don't know, man. Deshaun looks like Deshaun may be back for the Eagles this week, which is crazy that we're depending on a 32-year-old receiver that has recent history of being injured a lot to really carry the whole wide receiving core. But I mean, that's what it is, yo. It's funny that at his age, he does open everything else up for everybody else. He opens it up for Zach Ertz. He opens it up for Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar and the run game. It's crazy because of how old he is, but if he could stay healthy the rest of the year, the Eagles are a better football team offensively with a healthy Deshaun Jackson, yo. I'm going to the Tennessee homecoming game. Go Vols. I tell you what, man, Tennessee been playing a little better lately, man. I gotta give them that, yo. The season started off as a complete train wreck for them. Getting beat down by Georgia State, then blowing a game against BYU. Ever since then, man, that team has shown a little life, yo. Beating up South Carolina the way they did, beating Mississippi State. Playing Georgia really, really tough for a half. And, playing Alabama, even though I know Tua got hurt, but I mean, Alabama destroyed Arkansas this week without Tua the whole game. They played very, very competitive with Alabama for, the game didn't really get away till the fourth quarter. So, Tennessee, they got a lot to build on over there, man. If they could get a couple of more recruits over there. I like that young quarterback they have. They continue to develop him. Look out for Tennessee, yo. What's up, Brian Dennis Stadium? Appreciate you tuning in. Can't wait for November night Roll Tide. I cannot wait to, man. I definitely cannot wait for that, yo. Trying to compose myself is frustrating because it's like, man, you get excited, then it's like, man, it's like next Saturday. Like, not even this Saturday, but next Saturday. So it's a long time to really get excited for that game, but I cannot wait for that game also, yo. What's up, Tiger Raven 2018? Appreciate you tuning in. I hope Florida beats Georgia Saturday. If I had to put money on it, I definitely do believe that Florida will get their win Saturday, yo. I just think Florida better. You look at how Notre Dame got shellacked by a reeling Michigan team. What it was, 45-14? It just goes to show, like, Notre Dame was never all that at all. And the fact that I'm watching this game and Georgia's at home, they got the crowd, it's prime time. They actually chose that game. CBS chose that game over this LSU Alabama game to be their prime time slot game. And for Georgia to barely beat that team, lose to South Carolina at home, struggle a whole first half with Kentucky. I like Florida in this game. They get their two defensive ends back. I think Dan Mullen, honestly, I know Kirby Smart has done a really good job at Georgia. I think Dan Mullen is a better coach than Kirby Smart. So, yeah, I like I like Florida in this game, yo. What's up, Dwayne RTR? Appreciate you tuning in. About to go down in Tuscaloosa. Yes, it is, yo. This the game. Like, this is the game, man. This is the game that that everybody's been waiting for. It's arguably the two best teams in the country. Some people a lot of people gonna try to say Ohio State is, which I get it. They look impressive, but I don't think they really played nobody like that. But yeah, like this is what, especially LSU fans, man, watching LSU, this whole offense that LSU has right now was for this game, yo. So it's gonna all come to fruition, and I cannot wait, man. I am excited, yo. What's up, Larry Lafitte? Feety, appreciate you tuning in. What's going on? You think Brady about to bail on the Patriots after this season? They said him and his trainer put their houses on the market. Yeah, I know that's a big thing going on over there with New England. Honestly, man, I think if he don't play for the Patriots next year, I think Tom Brady retires, man. I don't think Brady gonna go waste his time playing for like the Tennessee Titans or nothing like that, yo. I just can't see it, man. I think if he do it, it kind of would be a little bit of a disgrace for him to do that. If the 49ers didn't have Jimmy G, I could have possibly see that. Him going to his home area, playing for a franchise that he grew up idolizing. But I think if he don't play for the Patriots next season, I'll be completely shocked. Not just that, I get it, he's Tom Brady, I get it. But what other team really gonna want to bring in, like, gonna wait, especially a team like the Titans? Clearly you decided that Marcus Mariota is not your franchise quarterback, which is some people that some Titans fans I tried to tell that to a long time ago, and they said that, oh, give me hell, he's a great quarterback. I'm like, bro, Mariota ain't all that. And a team that is in need of a quarterback, like a young franchise quarterback, is not gonna go sign a 43-year-old for what, a year just to prove a point. It wouldn't make sense. So I honestly think if he don't finish with the Patriots, I think he gonna retire, yo. Go get yeah, I think Florida get Georgia, yo. I really think that Florida get it done. What's up, Shooter 33 Sniper? Appreciate you tuning in. Do you think Florida will beat LSU in championship game with their team healthy? No, I don't think they would beat them, but I think it would be a really good. I think that would help with that receiver and those two defensive ends with coming back. But I just think, especially with them, they're gonna be playing on turf. I think LSU would just be a little too much for Florida, but I think it would be, a very, very competitive game. If that happens, of course, if Florida takes care of Georgia and Missouri, and LSU, takes care of Alabama. What's up, Abel Torres? Appreciate you tuning in. I think Darius Slay was a player we should have traded for. He's great. I don't know how I'm disappointed, man. Now, I get it that he's so worried about these draft picks, man, when he hasn't been great in the draft, after getting Carson Wentz, man. Like, I get it, like, Chris Harris would have been a second rounder. Okay. I get it, that may be a little too high for a 31-year-old. Robbie Anderson would have been took a second round pick. Man, you could have paid that first for Slay, man. He's 20, which isn't ideal age, but it isn't super old either. Then he's under contract next year. Um, he's a great corner, man. A great veteran corner. His name is Big Play Slay. So I don't understand like the whole just I ain't paying it. The thing that really did it for me, man, honestly, is the Jalen Ramsey trade. They should have. I get it. You don't want to overpay for these, solid but not difference making players. Jalen Ramsey is a making player, yo. What you gonna? Morano Darby is a free agent after this year. Jalen Mills is a free agent after this year. So Sidney Jones is showing you like this is just not the place for him. Like it failed. That whole Sidney Jones experiment failed over here. So why not go get a guy that's arguably the best, and he's young. Not only he's the best, but he's not even. I don't even think he's 25. Like, why not go get him? Or 2 ones and a fourth was worth that, man. You're gonna use a one this year on the corner anyway, and you're gonna be picking in the 20s. Like, you think that guy ain't gonna be no Ramsey? They ain't got no Jalen Ramsey corner in this draft. So what? A first round a year after that. So what? It's one pick. Ain't like you giving up your whole draft. A 4 round. Who cares about that? That's the thing that gets me upset. I'm more upset about that than them not making a move today, man. Because you bring Jalen Ramsey in, man, that whole defense gets a shot in the arm. Then you get Deshaun Jackson back to give a shot in the arm to the offense. And now this team, if you make the playoffs, you got somebody to cover Michael Thomas. You got somebody to cover Devontae Adams. You got somebody to cover Amari Cooper. And you punted on that, bro. Like, that's the thing that just really gets me upset more than anything is the fact that you had a chance a couple of weeks ago. Because reports are when the Rams called the Jaguars and offered the 2 ones and a 4, Jacksonville called the Eagles and said, hey, if y'all match that, he's yours. They just had to match that. They didn't have to go higher. Just match it. To match 2 ones and a 4, and we got Rams. And they punted on that. Like, that's the thing that's going to upset me more than anything, even with them not making moves today, yo. What's up, Ryan J? Appreciate you tuning in. The front office and coaching staff believe in Mills and Darby. Let's get behind the guys we've got on hand. On to the Bears, fly, Eagles, fly. I mean, we got no choice. Clearly that's what we're going to do now because really we have no choice. I'm not going to just give up on the season. I know this team could play better. I know Deshaun Jackson back is a huge help for the offense. I know if Tim Jernigan comes back healthy, it's a help for the interior defensive line. Nigel Bradham could help the linebackers. I know those guys, at times could play okay, but I'm not getting excited because they played well against a team that don't even throw the ball efficiently. Like Buffalo, just like this week, they're going to play well against Chicago this week too because Trubisky doesn't throw the ball efficiently, yo. We got no choice. You're right, we got no choice. But at the end of the day, man, they should have went and get Jalen Ramsey. I get it, not going to get a receiver feeling like, okay, if Deshaun get back and if he can stay healthy, the whole receiving core looks better. I get that. I know coming into the season, we felt like this was a great roster and it had a lot of depth and all that. And the only real starter that's really gone is Malik Jackson. Zach Brown also. Even though the young linebackers are doing okay. But we overrated the cornerbacks, man. Like, we overrated those corners. We've been hearing all this hype, how Sidney Jones in training camp was looking so great, and he about to take this next step and be the player he was at Washington before the Achilles injury, and that's just been absolutely false, yo. That's been absolutely false. And you had a chance to fix that. Go get Ramsey. You know what I'm saying? You could have had Ramsey on one side. You could have had probably Darby on the other and LeBlanc on the slot whenever he come back. Or if you want, you could put Mills on our side. Try Darby in the slot. You could have done something. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that those guys are not number one corners, man. They're gonna give you a decent game here and there if the D line getting pressure, or if they playing a quarterback that's not great, that don't have great receivers. You know, they're gonna look good against Buffalo and Chicago, you know what I'm saying, and the Redskins and the Giants and the Dolphins, but they're not gonna look good against the Patriots. They're not gonna look good, you know, against Dallas. They're not gonna look good if we get to the playoff. They ain't gonna look good against the Saints or the Packers. You know, so I mean, I agree because basically we got no choice. You know, do more videos with your Bama cousin. That video cracked me up last year. I may have one on the horizon if he could keep his mouth clean, man. Um, you know, I may do a short one probably this week or next week. I'm gonna have to tell him, you know, he ain't be able to cuss though. But I may do one with us doing a little trash talking. So yeah, I'm gonna try to set that up for y'all, yo. You called the Astros in 6, being that a home team is yet to win a game. Do you still stand by that? Yes, I absolutely do. And it's funny because I did call it, but I didn't think it would go this way. To be honest, like I thought what would have happened was I thought Houston would have taken 1 and 2 at home. Washington would have taken 3 and 4 at home, and Houston would have taken 5 over there and 6 at home, which all 5 road teams winning was kind of crazy, but I do think Houston closes it out tonight, and the Astros get their second World Championship in 2 out of the last 3 years. Justin Verlander, he's I know Strasburg has been great in the postseason for the Nationals, and I know Verlander has struggled, particularly in the World Series, but I think with him with him being the veteran pitcher he is, with everything on the line. I mean, he pitched well game 2. It's just that crazy 7th inning when he gave up that home run to Suzuki, and then the wheels just fell apart. Like it's just a bunch of fluke things started happening. I think he go out there, but him being the veteran he is, he relishes the moment, yo. I think he goes there, pitches a great game. I think the bats, you know, they hit Strasburg just enough, and I do think the Astros close it out at home, yo. What's up, Roger Hernandez? Appreciate you tuning in. Eagles catching the Cowboys. Man, today didn't make me feel better about that, to be honest with you. I felt like they should have got a corner. I know people wanted a receiver. That would have been nice too. They got a chance. They got a chance. I'm not gonna sit here and say they definitely will. But they got a chance. With Deshaun out there, with Tim Jernigan out, like when they play, I still think both teams will meet up 9-5 week 16. I think the week 16 game in Philly will be the game for the NFC East championship. It depends on how healthy the Eagles are. If Deshaun comes back and he's Deshaun the rest of the way, if Tim Jernigan comes back and he's himself the rest of the way, everybody, the thing is about not making a move, nobody could get hurt now. Like, nobody could get injured. None of the corners we have, not like Darby and Mills, got to stay healthy. When LeBlanc get back, he got to stay healthy. Deshaun has to stay healthy. You know, that's the bad thing about, you know, not making a move is everybody has to stay healthy. If everybody stays healthy, the Eagles have a chance to get Dallas at home week 16. But if they get one injury, like they're not gonna beat. If they put out something close to the team they put out last Sunday in Dallas, the Eagles not gonna beat them. Fame trade Malcolm Jenkins and Fletcher Cox. They are old. I will say this. I love me some Malcolm Jenkins. I do think this is last year with Philly, though. I do think that the Eagles will move on from him after next year. I think they try out Rasul Douglas as a safety, yo. I think that's a move that they're going to eventually try. And Fletcher Cox not old, man. Fletcher Cox just been a little banged up with a foot issue. And he actually played well against Buffalo. He started to look like his old self again. So I think Fletcher Cox is going to be okay. I do think this is Jenkins last year with the Eagles, though, in my opinion. And we didn't make no trades at the deadline. Nah, didn't. Like, it's not even the deadline for me, man. The thing that does it for me is they didn't make a trade They didn't trade for Jalen Ramsey. Them not trading for Jalen Ramsey really just made me upset. Just really shut everything down, yo. Eagles are going to draft. Oh, what's up, Eagles champs one? Appreciate you tuning in. Eagles are going to draft wide receiver in draft. They're gonna need a wide receiver. They're gonna need a cornerback. Like they're gonna need both. But I think right now, first round they gotta go corner. I think they definitely gotta go corner, especially considering Mills and Darby. You would think won't be back next year. Unless maybe one of them takes like a real cheap 1 year deal or something like that. Um, hold on. Bennett is a good addition for the boys. Help the pass rush, give another body to sub out. Yeah, I agree. He provides depth for them. I wonder. I'm not sure. I didn't really know what was going on with the Patriots locker room like that or whatever. But I was kind of surprised New England just gave him away like that. But he does provide depth for Dallas. He could, and the thing with him is he could play. He could. I think what Dallas gonna try to do with him is use him on the interior, like for third downs. You're gonna have Quinn on one side, you're gonna have DeMarcus Lawrence on the other side, and I think on third and like on passing situations, Bennett could move to D tackle and rush the passer from the middle. So yeah, it's a solid move for them. Provides them a little more depth. What's up, Cowboy X Factor? Appreciate you tuning in. If my New York Mets or your Atlanta Braves can't win the World Series this year, neither can the Nationals. Astros taking it tonight. That is crazy. The Nationals made it this far, man. Considering how they had a great pitching staff. You knew with Scherzer, Strasburg, Corbin and Sanchez that they had chances in the playoffs. But clearly the Braves were much better than the Nationals this year, and the Braves just absolutely choked against the St. Louis Cardinals. I try to tell Cardinals fans, man, that no disrespect, but it ain't about your team being good. It's about the Braves choking. And they felt like, oh, ball, we this and that, we got a team and all this other stuff. But then lo and behold, they get swept by the Nationals. The Nationals were just more mentally prepared to do that. But yeah, I agree. I think the Nationals go down tonight. I think the Astros, they blew it. They blew it game 3, man. Game 3 was the game they blew it. You got a struggling Zach Greinke, coming into DC. And then you don't hit the ball. You just absolutely go out there and don't hit the ball, yo. I think for me that's the game that they're gonna go back and kick themselves about. I don't think either team will score over 30, 27, 24. I did tell somebody that it's funny, man. I deal with more Alabama people than y'all imagine, man. Not only do I have a cousin, I got a couple of coworkers like that's real Alabama fans. One that me and him pretty much we started it off this morning arguing. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling him that I said, you know what, it's gonna be funny. I think both defenses going at least early on gonna play better than when we think. I know we thinking this game gonna be 42-40 or 35-32 or something of that nature, which I think like in the second half both offenses are gonna start getting it going. But I told him, I said something telling me like early it's gonna be low scoring early on. Something telling me that Bama defense gonna play LSU pretty solid, and LSU defense gonna play Bama pretty solid early on in this game. The game ain't gonna be as high scoring as people think it will be. Go Hawks. Now Brian Dennis said we supposed to be cool. We already got the big LSU Bama thing going on. Now you going with the Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks play my Miami Heat tonight and Thursday, by the way. The return of Jimmy Butler is tonight for my Heat. So after I get off of this live, I'm gonna go straight tune into that game and the World Series. Hey, the Hawks got a good young team, man. I was watching their game last night with Philly. They nearly pulled that thing off, man. Trae Young is a real baller. It's funny Vince Carter's still over there doing his thing. I like to pick up the draft of DeAndre Hunter. Cortland Cameron Sutton, what's his name? Reddish. I'm calling him Sutton. I'm thinking of the Denver receiver. Reddish from Duke. He could shoot the ball, and Collins is a good young player, Unfortunately for them, he fouled out last night, will probably cost them that game. But I'll say to your Go Hawks, I'll say let's go Heat. I can't wait to go to the Ravens Patriots game. Oh, that's right. You did tell me you was going to that game, yo. Hey, enjoy yourself, yo. You gotta let me know what that experience was like. That's a big time game you going to, yo. Like, the Patriots coming in undefeated, Baltimore coming in 5-2, coming off of a bye week after a good win on the road against Seattle. That's a very intriguing matchup, especially to see that Patriots defense go up against, the uniqueness of the Baltimore offense, the way that Lamar Jackson can run the football, the type of elite speed that he has, yo. And I know Baltimore crowd is going to it's a Sunday night game. Trust me, I'll be watching that game. Big time matchup, man. Big time AFC game, yo. Two division leaders. That's a good game you going to, man. I hope you have a great time over there, yo. I think it will be a low score game as well. Just hope we score one more point than LSU does. I hope we score one more point than Alabama, yo. But yeah, something telling me that this game ain't gonna be as high scoring as people think it will be. Granted, these are both, top 10 quarterbacks in the draft. Assuming that Tua plays, of course. But this still SEC football. Like with LSU and Auburn, last week, man, it was reminded that as it's still the SEC. That's the difference between the SEC and most other conferences is that when it comes down to it, we still could play a little defense, like when we have to. What's up, Torrey Lazarus? Appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully they will have a good 2 weeks of getting ready for Bama. I think they will, man. Obviously this is the game that they've circled. They got through the gauntlet. They got through the Texas on the road, the Florida and Auburn at home. They're relatively healthy. This offense that we installed is for this game. I mean, it's strictly for this game, yo. And everything that we want this season is right out in front of us, yo. So I definitely think that this team is focused. This team is fired up. This team is ready to go out there and finally beat this team, Whoever wins out the West in November night will win the SEC. I don't think Florida is great either. They're just slightly better than Georgia. Neither team has an offense to compete with Bama or LSU. I agree. Like I told the person earlier, I think it would be a difficult game, but I think LSU and Bama are, to me, the two best teams in the SEC. And whoever loses this game, man, if they win out, I think obviously LSU would still have Ole Miss, A&M, and Arkansas. I know Alabama has Auburn. I don't know who else Alabama has on their schedule. I know they got Auburn for sure. I don't know quite who else they have. Probably Mississippi State, I think, and somebody else. I don't know. But basically, whoever lose, both teams went out. They still gonna probably be in there. It would be nice to see TJ LSU dead relax to a loss. Let me say this. I'm glad your Bama people are on here, yo. I'm gonna have to go back and look myself, but I've had somebody come up to me, which I follow him, yo. I'm a fan of his channel also, yo. He's entertaining for the least. Somebody been telling me that Bama Moore has been running a lot of trash talk, bro. Like Bama Moore has just been out there bashing LSU, saying that all LSU do is run slants, that Alabama go just blow them out, beat the brakes off of LSU, that LSU ain't beat nobody, that, Burrow ain't all that, and he scored 0 against Alabama last year, and that, and what else they told me he said? Oh yeah, they even told me that he said shit, they could beat LSU with Mac Jones. So, you know, how y'all feel about LSU, TJ, Dad, yo, that's how we feel about y'all boy Bama Moore, man. If LSU go out there and beat Bama Moore, trust me, we all want to see how he would handle that, yo, with all the trash. Because one thing, now, honestly, I'm going to have a preview video on this game next Tuesday. I'm going to try to set up that thing with my cousin again, where we do a little trash talk, but I'm going to try to make sure it's clean. You know, we got kids watching this. But, you know, I'm at least respectful to Bama, yo. I'm not about to sit out here talking about LSU gonna blow out Alabama and Alabama ain't this and they ain't that and all they do is this and that. I'm respectful to that organization, even though I cannot stand them. Y'all know from the bottom of my heart, I do not like Alabama Crimson Tide football. I can't stand it, yo. But at the same time, I respect it. You feel me? I respect the accomplishments. I respect the consistency. But I ain't about to sit up there. Honestly, I do feel like LSU has a great chance, and I think we'll win this game. But I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to blow them out or run them out or we could beat them with Miles Brennan and all that other stuff. I am at least showing respect. From what I'm hearing is y'all boy ain't showing LSU no respect. So, you know, we're going to see. TJ is gonna disappear. Dugas will actually stick around. That's why I've always liked Dugas. He's realistic and fair. Hey, I greatly appreciate that, yo. I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, if we lose, man, trust me, man, y'all gonna hear from me like ASAP. For that game, another thing too. Before that game, I promise you, I know I've said it before, but I am promise I will have a new phone. Like, I will have a new phone before that game. I will do a halftime report on that game where I will go live at halftime, you know, give my thoughts and opinions. And depending if the game's competitive, I'll go live in the fort. If LSU up big or Alabama up big, I'll just, you know, no need to really go live in the fort. I'll still do my post-game video. I ain't going to win or lose, you right. I won't go nowhere. And I greatly appreciate you noticing that too. What's up, Kenneth Wright? Appreciate you tuning in. You're at Eagles fans. You don't mess with the Saints. Nah, I don't. Nah, I ain't got a problem with them, obviously. You know, my dad and a lot of my family, you know, are Saints fans. Obviously I've been to games. You know, I see them a lot. I mean, they're in my face basically, so I see them a lot. But always was Eagles, man. Since I was young, since McNabb at Syracuse and McNabb went over there, you know, hey, the Saints was terrible when I was young, man. Like they still was really terrible, yo. What's up, BKP? Appreciate you tuning in. Auburn was way overrated. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I agree with that as far as their quarterback. Their quarterback is overrated. Bo Nix just was not accurate, man. Which I won't bash the young man too bad because he is a true freshman. You know, if he was like a junior or a senior or something like that, then I'm just like, bro, like, that ain't what's up. But the fact that he a true freshman, you know, I'm gonna give him time to get better. But right now, he doesn't throw the ball well enough to really have that offense moving the ball consistently. So their offense is a little overrated. At least their passing attack is a little overrated. But hey, man, Auburn got a defense, man. Like I don't care what nobody say. That Derek Brown dude he's just as advertised. He's just as good as people told me he was. I mean, this guy, how big he is, he's nimble and light on his feet, man. And I'm going to be honest, as an LSU fan, yo, we got to wait, not with a lot as like they trying to say, on every play. No, that's nonsense. But it was a couple of times LSU got away with holding, man. I'm going to be honest, yo. But that guy is that good, man. And nobody in the country can consistently block him. So, you know, Auburn better than people giving them credit for, man. LSU had a tough time, man. But even with that, Jambalaya Joe still threw for 300 yards. We still, Clyde Edwards-Helaire ran for well over 100. We put up 500 yards of offense on a wet field, you know, because the field was slippery. Now, defensively, those guys could stymie any offense in the country, yo. Problem with them is their quarterback ain't ready to be a passer yet, yo. What's up, Orlando Williams? Appreciate you tuning in. I still have y'all winning the division. It depends on how healthy the Eagles stay, man. I know people down about not making a move today. I am also. I'm more upset about us not going to get Ramsey. I felt like even though the price was high, I felt like that was something that was more than worth a move more than worth making, yo. You're gonna have Darby is gonna be gone next year. Mills is gonna be gone. Aguilar is gonna be gone. Peters is gonna be gone. It's a chance Malcolm Jenkins is gonna be gone. Yo, you could have gave Jalen Ramsey a contract. With all of those contracts getting off the books, you could have gave Ramsey a contract. That guy is that good, yo, and he feels a need, yo. So with us, it all depends. If the Eagles team was Deshaun, it looks like it's a chance Deshaun is back this week. If he could stay healthy the rest of the year, Jernigan comes back soon and stays healthy. Crevon LeBlanc comes back soon and stays healthy in the slot. And then the players we got out there now stay healthy. Bradham comes back healthy. Then the Eagles got a chance to beat Dallas, a real chance at home to beat them. But if they roll out there that team similar to what they rolled out there last Sunday night, they're not beating them. So for the Eagles, right now, it comes down to health. Just gonna disappear again after the loss. What's up, E-Dog87? Appreciate you tuning in. We can beat a Buffalo or Chicago Bears without a deep threat, but not the solid teams in this league. That's what I'm saying. Like, I completely agree with that. Now it does look like from early indication, it looks like Deshaun Jackson is gonna play this week. It looked like he's finally gonna be back this week. So he's definitely going to help, which I think I agree with you. I think we could have beat the Bears without him. If resting this game and taking the bye week next week means he's going to be extra healthy for the Patriots game, then I would do that. But if he is absolutely ready to roll, then you throw him out there, let him get his feet wet, then get a bye week to heal up and come back, after the bye for the Patriots game. But yeah, like I told people, we wasn't losing to Buffalo, man. I mean, they don't threat our weaknesses. The same thing with Chicago. We not losing to the Chicago Bears Sunday. They don't threat what we weak at, So for me, it's whenever we play, teams like New England, whenever we play Dallas again, Seattle. If we make the playoffs, Green Bay, New Orleans, Minnesota, if we got to see them again, teams like that got good quarterbacks with good playmakers on the outside, yo. That's the reason, yo. What's up, Stewart Cowboy? Appreciate you tuning in. I follow you for the simple reason you ain't no homer and reps your squad, but keep it real at the same time. Salute to you. Hey man, I greatly appreciate that, man. I try to be honest, yo. So I greatly appreciate you noticing that in the kind words, yo. I will always root against the Nationals, so go Astros. Yeah, the Astros do it tonight, man. I'm pulling for the Astros too tonight, man. I just love they show great resiliency, man. Plus, they got 2 LSU Tigers over there too, man. But they showing great resiliency, man. I mean, the way that they came out there, man, and down 0-2 with their 2 best pitchers at home and got to go in a hostile, Nationals Park, and they won 3 in a row. Like, yeah, they definitely I'll be shocked if Houston don't close it out tonight. Lick it up, fan. Yeah, he like to call LSU fans that, man, which I will agree with him. We do like to drink, man, so I can't get mad at him for calling us that, yo. What's up, Malik Baker, man? Appreciate you tuning in. I think Dallas game woke y'all up. I hope so, yo. Honestly, what if the Eagles turn around, I don't really even think it's the Dallas game. I think it's the Orlando Scandrick comments that brought this team closer together, man. That guy went out there, man, trying to get himself a job on TV and just really just ripped into the Eagles, man. Especially Malcolm Jenkins, who we all know Jenkins getting a little longer in the tooth, but he's still the leader on this defense, man. And those guys are gonna rally behind him, yo. So I think most so it was the Orlando Scandrick comments that may, have woken this team up. I'm ready for the Eagles and Chicago Bears game. Me too, yo. Especially if the like reports, early reports are indicating that it looks like Deshaun Jackson is finally going to be back this week. If that happens, man, I'm definitely looking forward to that game, yo. UGK, UGK, UGA toss to the left won't beat Florida. Florida more balanced. I agree. Like I like Florida in that game. I'm looking forward to that matchup also, yo. I feel like it's like a good a good appetizer for the game next Saturday, for the big LSU Bama game next Saturday. So I'm definitely, it's gonna be cool. LSU fans, Alabama fans, we can all relax this weekend, go through things with the family, do things with the kids. If you married with the wifey or the friends or whatever, sit back and just relax, and watch a good which I know Missouri still has a real shot. They still play Georgia and Florida, and they still have a shot at the East, but I don't think they beat either of these teams. This is basically, in my opinion, this is the SEC East championship game this week. Whoever wins this game this week, I think, is in Atlanta, and whoever wins the game, and I think next week is the SEC West championship game. So whoever wins this week and whoever wins next week, I think, gonna meet up in Atlanta, yo. Go Wizards. Yeah. I'm a little frustrated that, as a Heat fan, I'm a little frustrated y'all gave Bradley Beal a new contract, man. I really was hoping that he could have get him in, man. He would look nice over there on side of Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero and those guys. But yeah, what's the deal with John Wall, man? These people trying to buy him out of it. What is it? Was it Adidas? His Adidas contract, yo? What's the deal with that? That's pretty crazy, man. But because he's been injured, I've never heard of that, man. I've heard of like people pulling out of contracts for like doing something, crazy or uncalled for off the field or getting in some type of trouble. But to pull a man's contract away because he's been injured is just kind of a little weird to me. I ain't never really seen that before. I'm talking about the UGA versus Florida game being 27-24 with Florida winning. As for the Bama versus LSU game, I don't think we're completely beat y'all down, but I'm going to say 48-38 Bama. I don't think it'd be that high score. Obviously, I don't agree with your score prediction, but I don't think the game be that high scoring like we all think though, yo. What's up, T? Good. Appreciate you tuning in. What's your take on the Eagles getting Avery, and if you believe we have the right team to take this? It's a solid pickup. It's not a bad pickup. It's not nothing that obviously is gonna really excite us, but it is an area of need. He actually, I looked at his tape. He's actually a solid pass rusher. He's very young. The problem with him is, they got Olivier Vernon and Myles Garrett over there. So he's not going to get much snaps over there. Because at first I was a little concerning, that he only got five, like, ain't been getting run with them like that. But they do got two really standout defensive ends. He's going to help. He's going to help. I think it's a good move. It's not the move like the Jalen Ramsey or Darius Slay move that I really wanted. But it's a move that will help this football team. You could bring him in, whether you bring him in on situational passing downs for Derek Barnett, or if you start him and use Derek Barnett in on passing situations, however that's gonna go. But he's a young guy could get after the pass. He got some good pass rush moves. Like I said, I've seen some film on him. It's a good addition. It's not a splash addition, but it's a solid one. As far as us taking the East, it depends if we stay healthy. If we look like we getting Deshaun back, should get Jernigan back soon, should get LeBlanc back soon. If the team stays healthy, yes, they have a chance to beat Dallas and win this division. But if they can't afford any injuries, yo, to any key players, any injury to any key players, like Dallas is gonna beat us again, man. Like that's just what it is. So as far as the division, it depends on health, yo. How did you become a fan of all these teams? I get LSU because you're from Louisiana. Yeah, LSU because I'm from Louisiana and I know people who've played there. Miami Heat, man, when I was young, just loved the whole Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning, cultural thing. After Jordan retired, um, I remember there was that number one seed got knocked off by the Knicks. Just really love that squad, man. Just love the grit and the toughness of that team. Then of course, you had D Wade come along, Shaq and all those the '05, '06 championship team. So that's how I became a fan of them. And at the time, Louisiana didn't have a basketball team. You know, as far as the Eagles, man, it was McNabb, yo. McNabb at Syracuse was a great player, extremely fun to watch. Got drafted by the Eagles, so I mean the Saints when I was younger just absolutely was bad. Like, there was a franchise before Drew Brees, yo, and it wasn't very good. Um, so that's how I got to rolling with them. And as far as the Atlanta Braves, man, they when I was little, they used to always play on TBS all the time. Like every day, all their games would get broadcast on TBS. So that's how I became a fan of them. So so there you go. That's how I got to liking all these different teams. Clemson is going to wear the purple uniforms on Saturday against Wofford for a military appreciation day. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's a good thing y'all doing, yo. Really good thing to pay homage to the people who fought to keep us safe. What's up, the Ghost of Judah Tribe? Appreciate you tuning in. Sheagle's getting humiliated this Sunday. Trash Eagles, you're going to lose to Mitchell Trubisky watching Man, come on, man. Like, you don't even make no sense right now, man. We're going to lose. We're going to get humiliated. Like, that's one thing if you think the Bears going to beat us. We're going to get humiliated by the Bears. The same Mitchell Trubisky that everybody booing in Chicago. The same Mitchell Trubisky that can't complete a pass. The same team that their coach don't even know what he doing. The same team that still ain't got a consistent field goal kicker. Like, man, come on, man. Eagles are not losing to the Bears Sunday, man. You could cut that out, yo. What's up? Oh, man, DB 2012, man. I greatly appreciate the super chat, yo. Thanks so much, yo. I'm so thankful, man. Greatly appreciate it, yo. Appreciate that, yo. The only difference is Bama crows up and won't run. We already seen that from the Clemson loss. Yeah. That's the only thing with that one. What's up, Ashley? Waity. If I said your name wrong, I apologize. Appreciate you tuning in. Roll Tide, I love your channel. Going to be a good one. Hey, I greatly appreciate the support on the channel. And yes, LSU Bama will be a great game, yo. I am really looking forward to that game, man. So I'm sure everybody is also, yo. What's up, Darnell? Appreciate you tuning in. I can't stand them Saints. I understand, man. I understand how it is with division rivalries, yo. Man, what happened with y'all Sunday, man? I was kind of surprised by that score, man. I knew San Francisco probably was gonna beat them being at home, but man, I didn't think that game would have got out of hand like that, yo. Like that was that was extremely surprising to me, yo. What's up, DJ Bucci? Appreciate you tuning in. LSU number one. That's right, yo. That's right. Yeah, LSU number one, man. But it's all about next week, though, man. It's all about will we still be number one after next week, yo. That's the big thing, that we really gotta look forward to and focus on, yo. What's up, Lenny D? Appreciate you tuning in. I wish we traded for Robbie Anderson, but we good right now. Yeah, it would have been nice to get him too, man. Now the only thing is, it sounds like the Jets wanted a second round pick for him though, And I don't know if he quite second round pick worthy. And I'm usually one that's like, man, look, forget the draft picks, go get the player you need. You know, that's usually my mindset. But I don't think he was worth the second round pick, especially when you consider the fact that even though it's a lot to depend on him to stay healthy, we are getting Deshaun Jackson back. Looks like this Sunday. So a second rounder for a solid receiver, I felt was a bit much. Same for Chris Harris, an older corner is a bit much. I would have gave a first for Darius Slay though. Like I would have gave Detroit a first round pick for Darius Slay for the simple fact that not only is he a little younger, he's better obviously, and he's under contract next year also. Chris Harris and Robbie Anderson are free agents after the season. And we don't want another Golden Tate situation where we bring a guy in for a third round pick in the middle of the season and then bam, he's gone. You know what I'm saying? So, which I don't think we really try to re-sign him back anyway. But yeah, I think the price with him was a little. So I ain't gonna get on Howie too much for that one. Where I get on Howie is for not making that Jalen Ramsey trade, man. That's the trade that I feel like really just messed this whole thing up, yo. I hear DJ injury may be more worse than they lead on from the beginning. Yeah, well, obviously, they was telling us like 3 weeks, like, like when he got hurt before in the Falcons game, they was telling us that hey, he gonna be back for the New York Jets game, and every week is just he's not ready, and it's frustrating. But now you got reports that he is gonna practice this week, and people are definitely saying that they think this is the week that he finally does get out there and play. So we gonna see, yo. I'm completely fine with trash talk as long as you can crow up at the end. Matter of fact, I've done loads of it about LSU, but at the end, I know they're clearly a great team, and if y'all win, I'll crow up. Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm the same way. I could trash talk all day. I could deal with people trash talk all day. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, be a man or be a woman about it. Just, hey, congrats. Like for me, it was so hard. It was hard for, especially for after the way my Eagles with Dallas, man. That was just bad. Like that was like, oh my goodness, man. Now I gotta go talk. I just knew it was. It wasn't that we lost, how bad we lost, man. But hey, it's to give respect. If you could give it, you gotta take it. So yeah. At the end of the day, man, if you crow up and you lose, that's all good, yo. We should have got the left tackle from the skin, shaking my head. Yeah, that would have been a nice signing for Carolina, man. It sounds like Washington for whatever reason didn't want to trade him. They should have traded. The man ain't been there over half the year, like like half the year. The man clearly frustrated with the organization, frustrated with the situation. He's still very good, but he's getting a little older. So I definitely felt like the Redskins should have moved him, just like Denver with Chris Harris. Like y'all done traded Emmanuel Sanders away. You got an old quarterback at Joe Flacco. You're losing. Why John Elway try to get I get it, you try to get a second round pick early, but once the deadline got closer and closer, man, you could have dropped that to a third or a fourth, bro. But he just really wanted a second round pick for, a good, a good but an aging Chris Harris, yo. So yeah, I don't understand why Washington, just didn't trade him to y'all or anybody. Mr. Duke, are you ready for the Eagles and Bears game? Yeah, I'm ready, yo. I'm ready. I think we win. I think we win, man. I think what the type of teams that beat the Eagles right now are teams that got, explosive players offensively. Teams with good quarterbacks and, good playmakers like running backs and wide receivers and tight ends offensively. I don't think the Bears have that. I know Allen Robinson is solid. I know he actually killed the Eagles in the playoff game last year. But I mean, right now, Mitchell Trubisky isn't healthy. Not isn't healthy. Well, he is a little banged up with his shoulder. He isn't confident. Their receivers aren't great. And Montgomery, their rookie, had a nice game last week with well over 100 yards rushing. But Jordan Howard play for us now. That's another thing too. Jordan Howard gonna be motivated to run at those guys because they flat out, Matt Nagy flat out didn't believe in him. So Alshon, remember Alshon's still a former Bear, and he gets, he played him twice already, and he's fired up whenever he gets to go up against Chicago. So the Eagles gonna beat Chicago Sunday. I'll be surprised if we lose that game. Dallas don't threaten our weakness. We just came out weak against Dallas. That's all. I don't fear Dallas. Now to your point, they're not as explosive offensively as other teams are. But Ezekiel Elliott still is a problem, man, and Amari Cooper is a problem too. The key to that game is, man, we got to stop the run. Like when we play Dallas again, when we play Dallas again, man, we gotta be able to slow down Ezekiel Elliott, man. We can't let him just run over and through our defense, like he did our last matchup. Oh man, appreciate that, Darnell, man. I greatly appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, man. Always appreciate the super chats, man. Thank you so much for that, man. So is Miles Sanders play Sunday or what? They haven't really. That's a good question. They never really mention him, man. I think he gonna be all right because he got X-rays after the game on his shoulder, and they said the X-rays were negative. So and I'm not really hearing that. Oh, they worrying or questioning if he, may practice this week or not. So I'm not sure, but I think just off of, I'm gonna guess that I think he gonna be all right and good to go. Least Fard can pass the ball. Yeah, they can. Trust me. Trask is a better thrower than people think, man. It'll be far higher scoring game than UGA Florida game. Neither team has. Now I agree, our game will be more high scoring than them, but I don't think he's gonna be like a big 12, 50 to 40 game gonna break out like a lot of people think, yo. What's up, 6 Inc? Appreciate you tuning in. Hey, my fave Eves fan and fellow LSU fan, getting the W Saturday after next will raise our hopes for the championship trophy very high. Yes, it will. This is the game. Like, besides, of course, a potential SEC championship matchup with Florida, Georgia, or still possibly Missouri, this is our toughest game yet, yo. This is what it come down to, man. This is what this is the game we've been waiting for. We all know this as LSU fans. Yeah, it's nice. Florida is a really good rivalry. Auburn is a good rivalry. The Texas game was intriguing just because of, us being border states and us never really playing like that in football, and it's being over there. So that was a very intriguing game. But we all knew this was the game we had circled on our calendar. This is the game we really been waiting for. So if LSU can win this game next Saturday in Tuscaloosa, then they championship chances really rise up, yo. Y'all give my homie a like hit. Oh, appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that, Darnell, man. Appreciate it, yo. I really thought Georgia was gonna completely blow Florida away before the whole season started, especially after watching the UF versus Miami game. But Georgia looked horrible. Well, I told y'all before the season, man, I thought Florida had a real shot to get Georgia this year because I really think I like Dan Mullen I think Dan Mullen is a now Kirby Smart may be a better recruiter than Dan Mullen, and sometimes that's really all you need to be is a better recruiter than a coach, honestly. But I think Dan Mullen is a better coach than Kirby Smart, man, a better in-game coach than Kirby Smart. And Florida has some talent. You're right, they didn't look great against Miami. But at the same time, with all respect to him, Felipe Franks was out there. This quarterback, Kyle Trask, is a better quarterback. He really impressed me the way that he threw the ball accurately and efficiently against LSU when they came to Death Valley. I seen it. I was at the game, so I seen it firsthand. That place was loud, man. That place was loud, was intimidating, and he stepped in and he made throws, yo. So I think Florida gonna get him, yo. Humiliated. Nah, the Bears not beating the Eagles, man. I don't believe that. Bears have no offense. My Saints made them look garbage. They're falling apart. Thank you. The Saints absolutely did make them look horrendous out there, yo. The Bears are not, and I said it, and I did an NFC North preview video, and I had people ask me what team that made the playoffs last year you think could take a step back, and I said the Chicago Bears, man, because they just basically gave us Jordan Howard. Like the guy wasn't a integral part of that offense. I know Matt Nagy at times like to get too cute offensively. And Trubisky isn't great. I didn't think he would be this bad, but he isn't great, yo. And the defense, just like with the Jacksonville Jaguars last year, when you got a great defense, but when you have a quarterback that's out there just stinking up the joint, the defense eventually starts to become disinterested. And you've seen that in the Saints game, yo. Oh man, what's up, Martin Hallman, my boy, man? Hey, I greatly, greatly appreciate the super chat, man. Thank you so much for that, man. I greatly appreciate everyone who gives me super chats, man. I'm very thankful and humbled by that, yo. Appreciate it, my brother. I'm a huge Michael Vick fan. Yeah, Vick was the man, yo. Vick was basically the Allen Iverson, of the NFL. You know what I'm saying? That guy, like how you was a Vick fan, I was a huge Donovan McNabb fan. So yeah, that's how I became a fan also, yo. 6 Inks, your Saints are Potters. They'll lose like they did every year in the playoffs and playing the refs are posers at Trash Squad. Hey man, this yeah, that's funny, but man, the Saints are legit, man. The Saints are, especially with Drew Brees back, which I'll be honest and say I was one of the first ones who didn't think. I seen his thumb. I seen how swollen that thing was. I didn't think he should have been out there Sunday before the game started. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I felt like Teddy should have got one more start, that they should have beat Arizona even with Teddy. But hey, Drew went out there. Drew did look like Drew, at least in the second half. Once he, kind of knocked the rust off. Saints are a legit team, man. The Saints, the Packers, the 49ers, obviously, in the East out of us in Dallas. They one of the teams that to beat, yo. How far in the rankings will LSU drop if they lose next weekend? If LSU, it depends how the score would be. If it's a close game, maybe they drop to like 5 or 4, or like probably 5 or something like that. Well, I'll say 4. If they lose, LSU lose to Bama in a close game, I say they drop to 4. I think they'll be, because you would have Bama, Ohio State, Clemson as like the undefeated team. Well, probably 5. They'll probably put Penn State or somebody like that ahead of LSU. So I say probably 5 if it's a competitive game. LSU would drop to 4 if they lose. Shouldn't fall much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree. Depends on how bad they lose. Same with Bam. Yeah. Our Saints fall to the grid every play. Our Saints fall to the grid every playoff. Yeah, we're gonna see. They beat the wheels off of us. Well, yeah, you're saying. I was wondering, like, man, you turned. I was about to say the Ghost of Judas. I was about to say, man, you turned into a Saints fan that quick. Like, what's up, JJ Thriller, man? Appreciate you tuning in. What you think about my Cowboys can get out of Bennett if we can have him on the line with Quinn and D-Law? That's a nasty pass rush. I think it's a good pickup for Dallas, simply because what you could do with Bennett, I know he's listed as a defensive end, but Bennett could play in a D tackle also in passing situations. Now with Lawrence on one side, with Robert Quinn on passing situations, it made, I hate to say it, but being honest, it made Dallas pass rush way more lethal, because now you got Lawrence on one side, you got Quinn on one side, and now you're going to have Michael Bennett rushing up the middle on passing situations. It's made that team, it's a good pickup for Dallas, man. Especially, it didn't really cost them nothing. Like, I'm worried, I'm not going to say worried, but I'm wondering what happened with him in New England, man. I know how Bill is. Bill is very impatient with certain people. He don't really tolerate much stuff like other teams do. But I mean, they basically gave him to Dallas really for nothing, man. So that's a great pickup for Dallas, man. Getting Michael Bennett, it makes their third and long defense and their 2-minute defense much more lethal because you could put him on the inside, yo. And he's really, like I said, he's listed as a defensive end, but he could really rush the passer from the interior, yo. So good pickup for them. I'm glad as an Eagles fan, I am extremely happy they didn't get Jamal Adams. Like when I first seen that, I just threw my hands in the air. I'm like, bro, you mean to tell me not only the Eagles ain't gonna get nobody, now the Cowboys gonna get Adams? Like I'd have been ready to throw the towel in if that would have happened, man. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I'm glad y'all ain't get him, yo. But Michael Bennett a good pickup for Dallas though. There are Clemson and Alabama fans everywhere here in Maryland. That's crazy. That's what's up, yo. That's crazy. I could imagine Clemson fans, but that's kind of surprising. They got a lot of Bama fans out there. But I'm sure they probably got Bama fans everywhere now, though. You know, since Saban been there. Y'all still Y'all are still good. Y'all just need Cam back. Niners are legit though. Yeah, the Niners really are legit though. But I was surprised they lost that bad, man. That just show. I guess that just shows how legit. Like you right. I guess that just shows how legit San Fran is, man. That defense is just lethal. Nick Bosa is the truth, man. Those Bosa brothers are something real, man. Another pass rusher, man, to look out for next year in the NFL, man, is Chase Young, man. This Chase Young guy from Ohio State, yo, he the next great pass rusher to come out of Ohio State and do things too, yo. I really enjoy your live, the way you are able to switch from sport to sport, from professional to college. Keep up the good work. I greatly appreciate that, Conru girl. Thank you so much, yo. I'm just glad you enjoy the channel, yo. I greatly appreciate it, yo. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Appreciate that, Dwayne RTR. Greatly appreciate that, yo. Jordan Howard equals Stonehands, baby. I mean, that ain't what we got him for. Like, I mean, yeah, he's not. I agree with you. He's not a good catcher out the backfield, but he did catch the little swing route for a touchdown against Green Bay. But Miles Sanders and Darren Sproles are our running backs that catch the ball for us out the backfield. So we got him to line up and run at him and wear defenses down, yo. So yeah, you right. I agree with you. He's not good at catching the ball, but that ain't really the reason we bought him in, yo. You know what I've realized? Most people, except for UGA fans, agree that Florida can very well win this game. Yeah, because Georgia fans are in denial right now, obviously. Like anybody who's watched college football this year, which we've all have, we all clearly could see Florida look better. Like Florida looked better, man. I'm even more convinced of that after seeing how bad Notre Dame lost to a mediocre Michigan team. That really even convinced me more that Georgia isn't as good, as it's been recently. You feel everyone overhyping Aaron Rodgers' touchdown pass to the corner of the end zone. He's a great player, but he knew he wasn't going for him. I agree with that 100%. Now granted, it looks great. Rodgers wasn't throwing that ball to him, man. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Of course, Rodgers going, oh yeah, I just flung it out there. I knew he would have get it and this and that. Of course he gonna say that. Mr. Discount double check himself. He great, man. Rodgers is something serious, but Rodgers was throwing that ball out of bounds, man. I don't care what he say. I don't care what his coach say. I don't care what nobody say. Man, Rodgers ain't even see the man. Like, Rodgers ain't see him. Like, he was trying to throw that ball out of bounds. He didn't get enough on it. And fortunately for him, it landed in Jamal Williams. And I agree with you 100%. What's up, I believe? Appreciate you tuning in. He said he aiming at Jimmy. Or unless he was throwing at Jimmy, because I could see that. Because Jimmy was in his peripheral vision. But ain't no way he's seeing Jamal Williams, man. I don't care what nobody say. Despite our records and both Ravens and Cowboys having a bye week, Both still alive in the top two offense in the NFL. Yeah, both teams playing well, yo. I'm really, really intrigued also by that not LSU. I'm intrigued by that Baltimore New England game Sunday night. That's must see TV, yo. You still satisfied about y'all blowing out Georgia last year? Yeah, I'm satisfied about it, especially considering the fact that Kirby Smart tried to disrespect us and go for that fake field goal in the first quarter. Like they just knew they was gonna blow us out. I'm so frustrated that this Bama LSU game isn't a night game. Yeah, man, that's another thing too, man. I've learned to accept it, obviously at this point. When I first heard that it may possibly not be, and shout out to Boys from D, y'all. Boys from D, y'all check him out too, man. He got a good channel. He an LSU fan, as well as Bama Moore, man. Y'all check him out too, man. He an Alabama fan, got a good channel going. Boys from D was shout out to him. He was the first one to make me aware of that. That like way before the season started, he said, "Hey, I knew CBS was doing Georgia and Notre Dame at night, but I thought just like in 2010, no, 2011, they had Florida and Alabama at night, but they eventually had LSU, Alabama at night also. I thought it was going to be a situation like that where, okay, they got Georgia, Notre Dame, but they're going to put LSU, Alabama at night, especially if both teams look, like people think they're going to look. But I was surprised that they kept it a 2:30 game, yo. And it is frustrating, man. It's frustrating for the people that's, the Bama fans and the LSU fans that's, the Bama fans out there and the LSU fans making the trip that, basically it cuts away 4.5 hours of tailgating. You know what I'm saying? It takes 4.5 hours away from everybody out there tailgating and enjoying themselves, people, I know people who got things to do during the day that they scheduled that day, assuming it would have been a night game, that now they got to make adjustments. It's wrong, man. It's wrong, yo. This is too big of a rivalry. This is too big of a game. Like, you got to keep it. You put it at 7. You got to stay committed to that. Now, granted, maybe some of that is LSU fault because how bad LSU looked. Not only did they lose to Bama 8 times in a row, but how bad LSU looked last year at home, losing 29-0. Maybe CBS got turned off by that, which, in my opinion, you still keep that game at night, man. Ohio State, Michigan, they basically committed to keeping that game an 11 a.m. game every year, So, this is the biggest rivalry in the SEC. You got to keep that a night game, man. And, yeah, a lot of people are frustrated about that, including me. But, I mean, it is what it is. I accepted it, though. I was honestly shocked about that one. Yeah, like me too, man. But it is what it is, man. I just feel bad. I really feel bad for the people that's going out there. Like, cause like I said, that's 4.5 hours, man, of tailgating for the Bama fans out there and for the LSU fans making that trip. That's taken away. They've took away 4.5 hours of tailgating for people going to that game. I, however, did pick Florida to win the East before that game even started. Yeah, I like Florida. I like Florida too, yo. Clemson and Florida are looking to schedule a home and home series soon. That's what's up. That would be a really, really good one, yo. That would be a really good home and home day if they do that. Are the LA Clippers the team to beat this season? What bench is killer squad? That bench is a killer squad with Williams. Yes. Man, that team is loaded, man. When you got, and a lot of people sleep on Lou Williams, man, because Lou Williams, early in his career, he played for some 76ers teams that, made the playoffs, didn't really make a deep. I think in 2011, no, 2012, when my Heat won the championship, they made it to the Eastern Conference semis, took Boston to a game 7. But besides that, he hasn't been on a team that made a real deep playoff run. So a lot of people sleep on Lou Williams, even though they see him constantly winning 6 Man of the Year. A lot of people sleep on him. That team, especially when Paul George comes back, that's my pick to win the whole thing if they stay healthy. Cause look at that perimeter defense. You have Patrick Beverly, who you know gonna bring it every night defensively. You have Kawhi. You have Paul George. There's even talks that it's a chance that Andre Iguodala may even look into going to them. Like, he's trying working out his buyout and all that, and he may even eventually end up with the Clippers also. They got lockdown defenders, and they got solid role players like Beverly and Montrezl Harrell and Zubac and Harkless and all them. And they have three guys that could literally drop 30 a night. Like they got Kawhi, who got a Michael Jordan type of game that just gets to his spot and scores, doesn't jack up a lot of threes, doesn't try to dunk over everybody, just gets to his spot and stays efficient. You have Paul George, who we know could go out there and drop 30. And you have Lou Williams coming in off the bench that could drop 30. And Doc Rivers is a solid coach, especially he is unlike, like for example, like a Freddie Kitchens with the Cleveland Browns, who in my opinion is in over his head coaching this type of a high profile type of team. Doc Rivers has experience coaching a team like this, coaching the Celtics big three. So I think he's like the perfect coach for this blend of talent. So yeah, like the Clippers are my pick to win it all this year, yo. What's up, Houston UGK? Appreciate you tuning in. LSU beat 3 top 10 teams, and a lot of people still don't think LSU should be number one. What do LSU have to get respect? Simple, beat Alabama. Like beat Bama, man. And the problem where that lack of respect comes from is the fact that we lost to that team 8 times in a row. So trust me, it's frustrating to me also. But at the same time, I understand it. Like CBS, low key, the reason this game is a 2:30 game, also in my opinion, is that CBS didn't believe in LSU. See, that like they ain't do it because they didn't think Alabama was gonna be good. They did it because they think LSU isn't competing with Bama anymore. That's why they moved this game to a 2:30 game, yo. Even CBS is showing a lack of respect for LSU, yo. So that all comes because of losing to them 8 times in a row. So for us to gain our respect nationally, yeah, there's people who, Joe Burrow, Jambalaya Joe is getting a lot of love, being a Heisman candidate and a first round pick now. Some people even think he'll go over Tua in the draft. Um, he getting a lot of love. Joe Brady getting a lot of love. We getting some really solid recruits, but everybody be like, yeah, LSU this, that, but, and then they talk about Alabama. So for us, like I said, the number one ranking is cool. When the college football committee get together next Tuesday, they're gonna put LSU number one also. So that's cool. But at the end of the day, will we be number one after that game? If we go in Tuscaloosa and win that game after losing to them all those times in a row, LSU, trust me, will start getting major, major respect. Lakers, yeah, the Lakers solid too. I like the Lakers too. I just think the Clippers are a little better though. But the Lakers all definitely do have a chance also. My Ravens play the 49ers in week 13 in Baltimore. Ooh, that's an intriguing matchup too, man. That's a very, very intriguing matchup. Seeing Lamar Jackson against that defense, yo. That's a good game, yo. What's up, Juan Carlos per relative? I apologize if I said it wrong. Appreciate you tuning in. Our hope right now is that we get Josh Gordon once he's released from the Patriots, at least some firepower. You know what? That's a good point, man. I didn't think of him, yo. Yeah, he'll be nice to add. I know he got because I feel like it's a it's a high reward, low risk move. Obviously he's not gonna have a big salary. He's gonna be cheap. He's not a bad lock. Like unlike the issue with Antonio Brown, he's not a bad locker room guy. Like his substance abuse problems are personal problems that he had. So yeah, if he get released, the Eagles, I would be happy if the Eagles, took a fly on him. it ain't gonna really cost you no draft picks. It ain't gonna cost you no money. His talent is there. We ain't gonna ask him to come in and just be the number one receiver. So yeah, I wouldn't like. And then like people mention it, like I don't want to take a chance on Antonio Brown, but I would be okay with us taking a chance on Josh Gordon. That's a great point. Last time I was at a Ravens game, I was back in 2012 when they played the Dallas Cowboys in Baltimore. Ravens won 31-29 because the Cowboys missed the game-winning field goal. Yeah, I remember that game, yo. Didn't they recover an onside kick in that game also? Um, I think that's the game Ray Lewis had initially hurt his biceps too, I want to say. But yeah, I remember that game, man. I remember I think Dallas was up by like 9 or something like that. Baltimore scored, got an onside kick, scored again or something like that. Then yeah, Dallas missed that field goal. I'm sure that was a very entertaining game to go to. What's up, big boy? 46 Hard Knocks. Appreciate you tuning in. I still like Georgia to win the East. It depends Saturday. Yo, if Georgia beats Florida Saturday, Georgia will win the East because, they'll get Missouri at home. But me personally, I like Florida in that game. I think up to this point, now granted, Georgia has a week off. Kirby could maybe make a little adjustments or whatever. So, they're not a terrible team. I just don't think they're as good as people thought they was before the season started. But they're still a good team. Um, I just like Florida a little better though. But we gonna see. It should be a good one. At Brian Denny, 2037, 2038. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what's up. What you talking about the Florida one, right? When's human is Kevin gonna coach again? I was thinking, like I've been saying early on, man, I think that he would take that USC job in a heartbeat if it opened. The problem is though, Clay Helton is actually he got an alibi this year because he been having so many injuries. So he has an alibi to continue to keep his job over there at USC. If that USC job was to, I don't really think he'll jump on the Florida State job like that just because Clemson is dominating. Like Clemson got the ACC on lock for a while, so I don't think he gonna go over there. But I don't think that would be a good fit for him anyway. He does seem like a good fit for USC if he was to go there, yo. But I think Clay Helton stay around because he had, his team's been competitive and he's had so many injuries, especially at the quarterback position. But in my opinion, if that USC job opened up, I think Urban Meyer jump all over that. I feel your LSU and Bama fans. I always want a night game when Michigan State versus Michigan to tailgate with family and friends. Yeah, that's really the big issue with me, man, is that that's a lot of people over there, man, and I'm sure a lot of Bama fans who obviously that's out there that go to the game, and I'm sure a lot of LSU fans who been planned on making that trip there, all assumed it was gonna be a night game. So we didn't really, like I said, shout out to Boys from D. He been called it before the season started. But, most of us really didn't realize this till a week or two ago. And that's 4.5 hours, man, of tailgating, man. Like, that's 4.5 hours of tailgating they taking away from LSU and Bama fans, man. That's really unfortunate, yo. I'm wondering the same thing. He will end up somewhere, maybe USC. I think USC is a perfect fit for him, yo. I know people with the Florida State because they really. I just don't think he go there. The way I think the only reason he may consider that is because he did coach at Florida, so he may have a chance, to get a lot of those. He still got ties, obviously, to high school coaches and all that in the state of Florida, to where he could start getting some big recruits in the Florida State to start competing with Clemson. But I just think if he went to USC, he could easily win another championship over there. With all the talent in the state of California, I mean, I know Oregon is having a good year. Utah is being solid. Washington is almost always competitive. But he go to USC, man. USC is running the Pac-12, similar to how Clemson is running the ACC. Like USC would run the Pac-12 if Urban Meyer went there. So I think that's the type of job he holding out for. What's up, Silver is the name. Appreciate you tuning in. Go Tigers, who that? That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Big one next week. Hey, what's up, Mary? Tarkus Martel. Like I said, I know I'll probably be saying your name wrong. I apologize. Hey, appreciate you tuning in to the live, my friend. Hope all is well with you and the family, yo. Salute to you, my brother. Love the channel. You a real G. Keep up the awesome work. Awesome work. Pause up. Keep pounding. Hey, I appreciate you being tuning in, man. I greatly appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Definitely do, man. I like when people doubt my Clemson Tigers so that we can prove them wrong. Clemson should be in the playoff undefeated, man. Like I don't know nobody else in the ACC that could really give them a game. Like honestly, Clemson will be in the playoff. Yeah, Clemson gonna be in the playoffs. Trust me. LOM, I don't think this guy likes the Saints anymore after that divisional playoff game last year. I mean, who you talking about? Me? I mean, it was fresh. It was I wish Jeffrey would have caught the ball. I'm gonna say that. I wasn't at the game, but I was in New Orleans. I was at Dave and Buster's out there. And I did basically, get to talk with a lot of fans that went to the game, before the game and after the game. It was a great game, man. I mean, Eagles was a little shorthanded, but, we played well. Nick Foles played well. The defense, to me, played well. It just wasn't meant to be, man. The ball hit. Jeffrey catches that ball 9 out of 10 times. And it goes off his hand. Lattimore grabs it, and it's just like, it is what it is. You can't win it every year, yo. Clemson had a 13-game losing to Alabama during this span of 1906 to 2005. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware of that, yo. That's a good stat. Cowboys may be going for Josh too. Yeah, they may. I could see them doing that. They may actually. Well, yeah, I could see them doing that. Like, I ain't gonna say that they would be more aggressive than us, but I could see them doing that though. We know that Clemson played trash except UNC. I mean, the ACC is down, man. It is basically the Clemson Invitational right now. What's up, Master P. Dot? Appreciate you tuning in, yo. Mr. Dugas, what's happening? What's going on with you, man? Alabama versus Clemson postseason 2-2. We need a tiebreaker. I mean, hopefully it ain't this year unless it's like, the semifinal, one of the semifinal games with LSU being on the other side. Then that's fine with me. But other than that, I hope not, yo. No, I know I'm just saying that he probably doesn't like the Saints anymore after they never heard this guy talk about them since. What's up, Angry Birds? Appreciate you tuning in. Why are you a fan of so many random teams? Where are you from? I'm a Louisiana native. Like I said, LSU, obviously, I'm, Louisiana. Know people who played there. With the Eagles, it was a big Donovan McNabb fan at Syracuse. When he went to the Eagles, I rolled with them since. Saints wasn't very good when I was young. Miami Heat, the Hornets didn't come to New Orleans since I think till like the 02-03 season. Before that, like the Heat, like the Tim Hardaway, Alonzo Mourning teams. Atlanta Braves, they played on TV. Obviously, Louisiana don't have a baseball team. The Braves played on TBS every day. So I became a fan of them, yo. So there you go. That's how I became a fan of all those teams. I read your comment wrong, my bad. Heat and Hawks game just tipped. It's all good, man. Yeah, I'm about to I'm gonna get off of his Charlotte and actually go check that game out, yo, because Jimmy Butler returned tonight also. I found the Georgia versus Florida rivalry at neutral site really neat. The Bama versus LSU needs something like that. Yeah, I mean, I never was a big fan of division teams playing each other like on neutral sites. Like I'm not. I mean, I get it. I mean, it is what it is. Both fan bases are cool with it, so I understand. I never like with Florida and Georgia playing in Jacksonville, Oklahoma and Texas playing in what Dallas, and even now with A&M and Arkansas playing in Arlington. I just never was a big fan of that, man. Those teams never play in each other's stadiums. Like, I like the fact that LSU could go play in Bryant Denny Stadium, and that Alabama could play in Death Valley. You know, I don't know. I just never was a big fan of that, man. Gators never got to play between the hedges. Georgia never has to go to the swamp. Texas doesn't go to Oklahoma. Oklahoma don't go to Texas. I'm not a fan of that. Like even with Alabama, Auburn, Alabama goes to the Plains. Auburn goes to Tuscaloosa. Clemson has separated themselves from the ACC conference. Yes, they have. Clemson wouldn't survive in the SEC. I don't know about that. They'll do good because they got talent, but it is much more difficult for them than the ACC. Let's see. Andre Dillard has to show out against Khalil Mack and the other linemen on defense, and Jordan Howard has to snap and run hard through that defensive line. Now, I'm interested for the Dillard one, Khalil Mack, because I know Khalil Mack normally lines up over the right tackle. So that means he would actually go up against Lane Johnson, instead of Andre Dillard. Unless Chuck Pagano decides to flip him and put him on Dillard since Dillard is a rookie. But he normally lines up over the right tackle. So that would at least be interesting. That ain't happening as long as Saban is your coach. Yep, got LSU tickets as we speak. Good thing, I only live 1 hour away from them. Nola, who that? That's what's up, man. That's what's up, yo. The SEC has 5 or 6 good teams. ACC has one. Completely agree. Garbage won't go there. He'd have to compete with Dabo. We all know that is too scared. I agree. I don't think he'll go to Florida State. I could see him at USC though if that job opened up. Going to LSU game and Saints game all in 1 month. That's what's up, yo. Enjoy yourself out there, man. Have a good time and make sure you tell me how the experience was, yo. And our defense has to pressure Mitchell Trubisky all game. They're hungry for a Trubisky. I like that. I agree. I think the Eagles win Sunday, man. I think we beat the Bears, yo. Silver, the name Lucky. What's up, 8 Wars, Zach 41. Appreciate you tuning in. Them students seats be the best at the LSU games. Yeah, they be pretty fire, yo. Usually when I go, I'm not at the student section, but I'm kind of like in the upper level, kind of a little more to the right. So I'm kind of like, could see them like right there. Yeah, it get pretty live right there, yo. Especially when you see the players in pregame warm-up and after kickoffs, running over there by the student section. It's pretty cool. Got them tickets back in March. I can't prepare. Oh yeah, you wasn't playing around, yo. Did you catch the phenomenal play by Deshaun Watson? Oh yes, I did. That guy is amazing, man. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a football game, man. When somebody gets kicked in the eye with their helmet on, like. I mean, because I seen it live because I was watching on Red Zone and I seen that play live when it happened. And I seen when he was on the ground and I was like, what he down for? Like, what happened? I was worried. I'm like, man, don't tell me this guy really hurt. Then when they showed the replay, like I seen the foot go up, but I still didn't see. But then when they showed it slow-mo, I'm like, whoa, this guy's foot hit him in the eye. And this guy with one eye throws an accurate touchdown pass, man. Deshaun Watson is amazing, yo. If I'm a Houston Texans fan, I am excited to have that young man as my quarterback, yo. Like that guy is amazing, yo. Should have got tickets for Saints versus 49ers, but I didn't know the 49ers would be doing so good this season in March. Yeah, none of us did, yo. 49ers looking real good, yo. Want your opinion. Do you think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Deshaun Watson? When I say Deshaun is better, I'm told that I don't know because I'm just a girl. First off, man, girls know a lot of stuff about football. Whoever told you that, tell them go sit down somewhere, man. I know a lot of women who, like friends at work and relatives just in general who are big fans of football, who are very, very knowledgeable about football and all sports. So when they try to come at you with that, oh, you just a girl, man, tell them go sit down somewhere. And to be honest, I do think Deshaun Watson is better than Dak Prescott. You know, Deshaun does more with less talent. You're not wrong. Exactly. Deshaun Watson is better. So they don't know what they're talking about, yo. What's up, Jason Hughes? Appreciate you tuning in. Just joining in. Sorry I'm late, but anyhow, did you notice in the Auburn LSU game that Auburn D was trying to take out Joe Burrow's ankles? There's some bad all in the first half. I did see that play, yo. They did try to like impose their will on him, yo. Especially that hit on the sideline. But one thing about Jambalaya Joe, what I think NFL scouts also gonna fall in love with. You see the type of toughness and swagger he has. He gives me hope that we could definitely go into Tuscaloosa and win that game because that guy doesn't back down from anything. Especially when you see how this UCF player hit him, like and went trash talking. He comes back. I thought he was out for the game with a concussion, and he comes back, throws 4 or 5 touchdown passes. That guy is amazing, yo. But yeah, Auburn was something for that, especially that guy faking that injury for that timeout. Thank God LSU beat Auburn. That game was way too close for comfort. I'm still recovering from that. It was a little closer than we all wanted to, but I just never felt like they would beat us, man. Because you got to score to beat LSU, and I just didn't think they'd score enough. What's up, Jimmy Jackson? Appreciate you tuning in. Only job Urban said he would take is the Dallas job if it opens up. Well, I don't know. I think that if Dallas was to fire Jason Garrett, I think they would go after Lincoln Riley. I think the Oklahoma coach is the guy that they really, really would want to bring in over Urban Meyer. Um, Dwayne, don't you agree that Urban is flat out quitter? Talking about Dak Romo, his track record proves that. I'm a Cowboy fan and know Dak is not better than Watson, but Dak is better. Oh, there you go. There you go, man. There you go, man. I thought we was good, man. Until you come with that nonsense, man. Dak is not better than Wentz, but right now Dak has a better team right now, which if the Eagles get healthy and stay healthy, we'll reevaluate that week 16 in Philly. But right now, I give Dallas the edge right now because the Eagles banged up, man. Especially after that, I can't sit up here and say the Eagles better after that performance last Sunday. That just embarrassed us all. But the Eagles, Deshaun get healthy, Jernigan get healthy. Bradham get healthy and they all stay healthy. And that's the only problem with the Eagles not making the trade is not nobody could get hurt. Like everybody has to stay healthy. And if that happens, we'll see week 16. But Dak not better than Wentz, man. It's his team better right now. Exactly. What's up, Brian Thomas? Appreciate you tuning in. What's going on? Do you think he will coach in the NFL? I don't really see Urban Meyer as an NFL coach, man. I mean, maybe he do, but I don't really see it. He gives me the vibe of a college coach at a big program, that could run something. He seems like the perfect USC coach to me. Hell no, he wouldn't survive. Who your Heisman picks this season? Right now with Tua being missing a game and Jalen Hurts losing, I would have to say Jambalaya Joe Burrow 1, Justin Fields 2. I think Tua missing a game is a big deal, man. I would go a little off the radar, man. Right now at 3, I'd probably go Chase Young from Ohio State at 3. That's my top 3 right now. But obviously, that's subject to change. What's your prediction of the Bama game? I'm gonna do a full preview video of that next Tuesday. But early prediction, man, I think LSU get it done this year, yo. I think this year with the quarterback play, because you got to beat Bama, you got to have a quarterback that could make plays. You can't, when LSU beat Bama 9-6 in 2011, as an LSU fan, I'm gonna just be completely honest. LSU was very lucky that game. Like LSU had no business winning that game, man. Bama just didn't have a field goal kicker, honestly. So to beat them, you need a quarterback that could go out there and make plays that's going to help you win, not protect the game. And I think LSU finally has that this season. I'm sorry, Mr. Dugas, but right now Dak is better. Wentz honestly still hasn't shown me he still got it like he did in 2017. I agree, Wentz hasn't looked as great as he did that year. I agree with you on that. I can't deny that. And Dak has played in more bigger moments and bigger spots, so I give y'all that. But I'm looking at it from a talent perspective. I'm looking at it from what can both quarterbacks give me on the field. When you just take the teams out of it, what can both quarterbacks give you on the field? And that's why I would go with Wentz. But I understand Dak has won more. I understand he's won more head-to-head. I understand he's played in playoff games. He's been healthy. I get all that. But me personally, from a talent perspective, a team, somebody you need to carry a team that may not be as talented, I'll go with Wentz. I think we're going to embarrass Bama corners. I like the matchup. I mean, I don't know about embarrassed, but I do like the matchup of LSU receivers on their corners, yo. Especially with Justin Jefferson in the slot. Urban would have to go to a stacked team. He don't do rebuilds. Yeah, I agree. I think USC would be perfect for him if that job became available. But all right, y'all, I'm about to run, man. Gotta go check out my Miami Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks and try to check out this World Series also. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Thanks so much, yo. I'm thankful, man. Thankful for everybody tuning in. I enjoyed doing this. I'm gonna see y'all again next Tuesday, Lord willing. I'm gonna probably shoot for around 4:30 Central Time next week. But I'll do a video once again to let y'all know exactly what time it's gonna be. But it may be around 4:30. So I may go a little early next week. I got a couple of things going on, yo. But once again, thank everybody for tuning in, man. I greatly appreciate it. Appreciate the support on the channel. Appreciate the support on the live. Stay tuned. I'm gonna put out more videos this week. Stay tuned for that. And talk to y'all next Tuesday and during the week, yo. Y'all have a blessed one.